So imagine this for a second. You are driving late at night. The road is empty. The city lights are reflecting off the surface and everything feels calm. And then suddenly you press the accelerator and the car just launches forward instantly. No delay, no hesitation, just pure electric power pushing you back into your seat. And that feeling, that rush, that excitement, that is exactly what the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 6N is all about. Now, Hyundai has been doing something really interesting over the past few years. They have completely changed how people see their brand, especially with their N division, which has been creating some seriously fun performance cars, and now they are stepping into the electric future with something that is not just efficient, not just practical, but genuinely exciting to drive, and that is where this car comes in. This is not just another electric sedan, this is a high-performance machine pushing around 650 PS, which is a massive number when you think about it, and the craziest part is how instantly that power is delivered. There is no waiting for gears, no engine noise building up. It is just immediate acceleration, and that is why this car is expected to go from 0 to 60 2 miles per hour in around 3.2 seconds, which puts it right into serious sports car territory. And what makes it even more impressive is the fact that this is still a four-door sedan. This is not some stripped-out race car. This is something you can actually drive every day, take to work, go on long trips, and still have that insane performance whenever you want it. Now let's talk about the design, because this is where things start to get really interesting. The standard Ioniq 6 already had a very unique look. It was smooth, aerodynamic, almost like a futuristic concept car that made it to production, but the N version takes that and adds a whole new level of aggression and purpose. You get a wider stance, which immediately makes the car look more planted, more confident. On the road, the front end becomes sharper, more focused, with larger air intakes that are not just for style, but actually help with cooling and performance. And then you have those signature N details, subtle but powerful things that tell you this is not a regular Ioniq 6. The lighting also plays a huge role, especially at night. Those pixel-style LED lights give the car a very futuristic identity. And when you see it coming towards you or driving away, it just stands out instantly. You know this is something different. And then there is the rear of the car, which is probably one of the most striking angles. The spoiler is more aggressive, now adding real aerodynamic benefit, not just visual appeal. And the overall shape still keeps that smooth flowing design, but now with added sharpness that gives it a sporty edge. The wheels are larger, more performance-focused, wrapped in tires that are built for grip and control, and all of these details come together to create something that looks fast, even when it is standing still. Now, performance is where this car really starts to shine, because Hyundai is not just chasing numbers here. They are focusing on the driving experience, which is something a lot of electric cars struggle with, because yes, they are fast, but sometimes they feel a bit disconnected, almost too smooth, too quiet. But Hyundai is trying to change that. With the Ioniq 6N, they are working on creating a more engaging driving feel through things like simulated gear shifts, enhanced sound feedback, and more responsive controls. So when you drive this car, it actually feels alive. It reacts to you. It gives you feedback. It makes the whole experience more emotional. And that is something car enthusiasts really care about. Because driving is not just about getting from one place to another, it is about how the car makes you feel, and this is where the Ioniq 6N could really stand out. The handling is also expected to be a major highlight thanks to the low center of gravity from the battery placement. The car should feel very stable and planted, especially during high-speed driving and cornering, and with advanced systems like torque vectoring, the car can distribute power between the wheels in a way that improves grip and control, which basically means better cornering, more confidence, and a much more enjoyable driving experience. Now, even though this is a performance focused sedan, it still needs to be practical, and that is something Hyundai understands very well. So inside the car, you can expect a modern, sporty, and comfortable interior that balances performance with everyday usability. The seats will likely be more supportive, designed to hold you in place during aggressive driving, but still comfortable enough for long journeys. The dashboard will Feature digital displays showing everything from speed to performance data in real time, and the overall layout will be focused on the driver, making everything easy to reach and intuitive to use. You will probably also get dedicated performance controls on the steering wheel, allowing you to switch between different driving modes instantly, so you can go from a calm, relaxed drive to a full performance setup with just one press, and that transformation will change how the car responds, how it feels, and even how it sounds. Speaking of sound, this is something really interesting because electric cars are naturally quiet, but Hyundai is working on adding a layer of sound design that enhances the experience without feeling fake or force, something that adds emotion and excitement to the drive and makes it feel more engaging. In terms of space, the car should still offer good room for passengers and luggage, making it practical for daily use, and that is what makes this car so appealing. It is not just a performance machine, it is a complete package, something you can enjoy every single day. Now, one thing we should clear up is the hybrid aspect, because some people might expect a hybrid system, but this car is fully electric. There is no petrol engine involved here, but what Hyundai is doing is bringing the spirit and characteristics of traditional performance cars into the electric world, so you still get that excitement, that engagement, that fun factor, just delivered in a completely different way. When it comes to pricing, Hyundai has always been known for offering strong value, and the Ioniq 6N is expected to follow that same philosophy. While official numbers are not confirmed, yet it will likely be positioned below some of the high-end performance EVs from premium brands, which means you could be getting supercar-level acceleration and performance for a much more reasonable price. And when you compare this car to previous models, the difference is huge. The regular Ioniq 6 was focused more on efficiency, comfort, and futuristic design, but this N version completely transforms it into something much more exciting, much more dynamic, and much more fun to drive. Compared to older N cars like the Elantra N or i30N, which relied on traditional engines and mechanical feel, this is a completely new direction, but the goal remains the same: to deliver driving enjoyment and excitement in a way that feels authentic and engaging. And that is really what makes the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 6N such an important car, because it represents a shift in how we think about performance vehicles. It shows that electric cars do not have to be boring, they do not have to feel disconnected. They can be just as exciting, if not more. So, if you are someone who loves driving, who enjoys that feeling of acceleration, control, and connection, this is definitely a car worth paying attention to. Because it is not just about speed, it is about the entire experience, the way the car responds, the way it makes you feel, and the way it turns every drive into something memorable. And honestly, if Hyundai gets this right, which it looks like they are going to, this could be one of the most exciting electric performance cars on the market, a car that changes perceptions and proves that the future of driving can still be fun, thrilling, and full of emotion. So keep an eye out for this one, because when it finally arrives, it is going to make a serious impact, and it might just redefine what we expect from an electric sedan.